Hello, my name is Andrew McClellan and I'm a planner with the City of Edmonton. In this video, I will share information about a rezoning application that has been received by the city and provide details about how you can share your thoughts with us about this proposal. We will use your feedback to ensure our analysis of the application is as complete as possible, and will also summarize it for City Council so that they know your perspective prior to making a decision. This application proposes to rezone a large site in the interior of the Oliver neighborhood from the urban services zone to the medium-rise apartment zone. The site is the former location of St. John's School, located south of 103rd Avenue on 120th Street, immediately south of Peace Garden Park. It is very close to the 102nd Avenue bike lane and about a block and a half from the future Brewery 120th Street LRT stop on the Valley Line West LRT line. Surrounding buildings are predominantly low-rise apartments ranging from 2 to 4 stories and a row of townhouses between the site and 102nd Avenue. This is not the first attempt to rezone this site in the last few years. In late 2016, the city received an application to rezone the site to allow for a 14-story building. Challenges were identified with this application due to the proposed density in the interior of the Oliver neighborhood and the proximity to and associated shadowing impacts on Peace Garden Park directly to the north. In the fall of 2017, during public engagement for that application, a member of the public suggested a potential swap between the northeast corner of Oliver Park and the former St. John's School site to resolve these challenges. The application was modified to pursue this course, which would have led to an expansion of Peace Garden Park while allowing a portion of Oliver Park along 104th Avenue to be a high-rise tower development site. This application was refused by City Council at a public hearing on April 29, 2019. The landowner is now pursuing development opportunities on this site again, and this has led to the current rezoning proposal for the medium-rise apartment zone known as the RA8 zone. The proposed RA8 zone would allow for an approximately 6-story residential building with limited commercial opportunities such as daycares, small stores, or coffee shops. A rezoning to any standard zone that already exists in the zoning bylaw, like the RA8 zone, does not require the applicant to provide a specific building design at this stage, but these two massing models show the general scale for the RA8 zone would allow on this site. In reviewing this application, the city is applying many different lenses to ensure our analysis is robust and comprehensive. For example, we have transportation and drainage engineers looking at the potential impact on parking, traffic, and utility infrastructure, and have also circulated the application to external utility companies for review and comment. From a planning perspective, we are comparing this application to council-approved policies and guidelines, such as the Oliver Area Redevelopment Plan and the Transit-Oriented Development Guidelines. Broadly speaking, the Oliver Area Redevelopment Plan limits height on this site to 4 stories, whereas the Transit-Oriented Development Guidelines suggest a density more in line with 6 stories because of the proximity to the future Valley Line West LRT. Administration is taking these both into account and will also factor in our own professional opinions and known best practices in determining our overall recommendation to City Council. Because of the proximity to Peace Garden Park and the associated community garden, it is understood that many people are concerned about the shadow impact of the proposed rezoning of the site to an RA8 zone. If an RA8 scale building was built on this site, the sun shadow study shows that at the beginning of the growing season, around May 1st, only the very southern edge of the garden will have a shadow. Between June 1st and July 15th, no portion of the garden will have a shadow. By August 11th, the same southern portion as at the beginning of the growing season is again in shadow. After August 11th, the shadow impact slowly moves north, covering about half the garden by September 21st and most of the garden by October 1st at the end of the growing season. Keep in mind that these measurements are around midday, and all parts of the garden will have sunlight in the morning, late afternoon, and evening hours throughout the year, especially during the warmer months. Because of the current public health situation, the city is unable to host an in-person public engagement event to share information and collect feedback face-to-face. This page has been set up to help fulfill this role as much as possible. You are encouraged to ask questions and provide feedback using the tools provided. You can remain anonymous, as only your chosen screen name will be visible. Questions can be directed towards the city or the developer, and a response will be provided by the appropriate group. Feedback received will be summarized and made available publicly, as well as be included in a report to City Council so that they are aware of your perspectives prior to making a decision on this rezoning application. Thank you.